All right, as we have been reporting, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth claims that the new IG report into the Signalgate controversy exonerates him. That the report is expected a little later this morning. But multiple people who have already viewed it say Hegseth violated regulations and could have endangered the lives of troops. I want to bring in Mark Cancian. He is a retired Marine colonel and currently the senior advisor at the Center for Strategic and International Studies to talk a little bit more about this. So, Colonel, you've seen what's in these messages as someone who's actually led troops. What kind of danger do you think that this could have posed to members of our military?
Well, if the data had got out to our adversaries and got out in time for them to react, it would have been very dangerous because the specifics about the weapons being used, the timelines, who they were going after, were all in these chat messages. So it was highly sensitive. And the fact that the administration is claiming that these were not classified and were not sensitive is ludicrous.
I mean, Colonel, you make an excellent point, right? Part of this strike package included our aircraft flying over enemy territory, enemy positions. If the enemy had gotten a hold of these plans, for example, if that journalist who was had added to that chat had released that information either publicly or in any capacity other than back to the U.S. government, what's the first thing the enemy would do? They would target those aircraft with air defense, and we would have potentially lost a lot of lives.
And that's certainly possible. What they would have done is alerted their air defenses to be ready. They would have known when those strikes were coming in. They would have moved potential targets into safer areas. So it could have been, very dangerous for the United States. Now, in this particular case, the timeline was so tight, might not have been able to. The adversary might not have been able to react. But one has to wonder, okay, if this is being excused as no big deal. Are there other examples where this has happened that the administration is going to excuse?
And put me in the mindset then, Colonel, of the soldiers, sailors, Marines, pilots, aviators. The Secretary is suggesting that this IG report proves the opposite of what many are saying. He's saying it leads to a total exoneration. The IG report, from those who have seen it, say that he could have put the lives of our troops in danger. If you are that commander on the ground and you find out after the fact that some journalist had information about your strike package or what your troops were doing in some of those movements, how angry would you be?
Well, I'd be worried first because it shows that the administration, at least at that point, was not a well-oiled machine, but was being quite sloppy in some of its procedures. The other thing is about accountability. Secretary Hegseth, both in his book and then his messages to the department, has emphasized the importance of accountability. However, it looks like in this instance, and also what we've seen with the strikes in the Caribbean, that Hegseth has exempted himself from accountability.
He has indeed. He, in a Twitter post or X post where he discusses those strikes and that double tap on that boat in the Caribbean, he said he named the admiral who was the operational commander, but also said that he had his back, but named him and said he was the one who made the combat decision, as he called it. So it's an excellent point, Colonel. Thank you very much for joining us. Always great to have your insights. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me on the show.